Good morning. Today I am going to describe seed viability and various methods to determine the viability of seed in different species, and actually what is seed viability, and it is the liveness or potential of any seed to respirate and germinate, then if given chance to grow into a healthy seedling. And another definition is of viability, the lifespan of a seed since its maturity till the germination, which is the time when they begin to lose their power or potential to germinate. This period is known as seed viability. Seed viability can be determined through various well-designed protocols as mentioned in the upcoming slides. The very first category of these viability tests is the indirect test of viability, or these are various and described in these slides, upcoming slides. The number one of them is a respiration test, or how we know that the seeds are getting respiration, and as this is the indicator of viability of seeds. It is generally observed in the seed containers, bags, godowns, that one can experience the heat and some specific smell or aroma there in those godowns, because in the process of respiration there is oxidation of reserve foods. Those reserve foods in the seeds are present in the form of lipids, fats, carbohydrates, proteins, etc. And whenever the oxidation takes place in the presence of oxygen, these reserve foods are consumed in the process of this, and the byproduct is energy actually, or CO2 also. So due to this release of energy, there is presence of heat, or experience of heat in the godowns, containers, or bags, etc. And simultaneously some specific heats, those are related to particular seed species. Then we have next method to check or to determine the viability. This is EC test, or electrical conductivity test, or this is generally used to check or to determine the seed vigor actually. Or seeds, for this test, seeds are soaked in distilled water for 6 to 12 hours, and if the electrical conductance increased by using EC meter, which have diode and electrode, it shows increased percentage of dead or non-viable seeds if EC is increased in that solution of the seeds that those were soaked in distilled water, and seeds could be taken out, and the remaining solution is checked for EC. An increase in EC is due to the leaching of metabolites from dead seeds into the solution of distilled water. This test is generally used to check the seed vigor also, or normally for that purpose. Okay, and it shows if the EC is in decreasing pattern, then it will be the indicator of viable seeds, as the live seeds does not release or leached out any metabolites in the distilled water, and it will be remain as such, because we have to check the EC of simple water also, or EC after 6 to 12 hour duration of this soaking, and it will gives you rise the clear result of viability of seeds, or percentile of viability of seeds also. Then next viability test is potassium permanganate test, or here seeds are soaked in KMNO4 solution for 6 hours. In this case, dead seeds leads to discolored the solution, because dead cells freely permeable to the solution, which easily leached out in the solution, whereas leaching from living cells is very less or absent, or it will be with the in the case of viable seeds, this solution will remain in its original color. Then we have next indigo carmine test, or in this test the seeds are soaked in indigo carmine or any of the amylene solution, or which gives rise indication of the seeds. If the dead seeds are there, again as similar to this KMNO4, the solution will be colorless in the presence of non-viable seeds. But on the other hand, if the seeds are viable, then it will be remain in its indigo or blue color, that solution. Next test we have topographical tetrazoleum salt test, or it is traditionally, or by its trade name, it is known by 2,3,5 triphenyl tetrazoleum chloride. Sometimes it is also known as TTCl test. Or the tetrazoleum test was firstly introduced in 1942 by G. Lacan in Germany. Here the seeds are tested, and the process is given here in these lines. Seeds are initially punctured to permit the intake of the used solution, and seeds are soaked in warm or tap water for 6 hours just to soften the seed coat. Then pre-soaked seeds are sometime decoated, or coats are removed just to make more faster the process of this TTCl test. And then these pre-soaked or naked seeds are soaked in 1% tetrazoleum salt solution for 6 to 10 hours. Here in this case, living or viable cells or seeds get red stained, whereas dead or non-viable seeds remain colorless or in their original color. Or sometime it is also observed that there are some spots on the seed, of red spots on the seed, or sometime half portion of seed are red stained, sometime half portion is remain color in original color. Or this indicate that if the seeds are fully red stained, then these are fully viable, or if the seeds are fully in their original yellow color, then these are non-viable. But in the case of this spotted or half or likewise, then it is known as partial viable seeds, because some portion of seeds or cells are dead in these seeds. And this non-diffusible red color is present due to the oxidation and reduction process, which is the indication of presence of respiration process in seeds, in which 2H ions are transformed to TTZ chloride, and which forms then carmine red pharmazone. This test usually takes 12 to 24 hours to complete, but when we conduct this test on naked seeds, as I mentioned here also, if we are going to fasten the process of this test, then we have to make them naked after soaking, and that will be more easier to remove the coat. And if we conducted such test with naked seeds at 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, then it will take only 5 to 10 minutes to complete that staining or non-staining, or it gives rise the clear-cut indication of viability of seeds. Then we have next indirect test of viability, that is cutting or bite test. Or here This is a direct eye inspection of seeds after making a cut with knife or razor or by tooth bites. If the seeds are found greenish or yellowish with some juice, then are considered viable. On the other hand, if seeds are brown, black with oily contents, then these are non-viable seeds. This is the field-based test generally used to determine the maturity of seed during that field visits. Then we have next viability test, or that is excised embryo test. Here the slide is somewhat disturbed due to this conversion of PDF from PPT. That's why this picture is for different test actually of viability also, but under different heading, or it is overlapped also herein, but okay, it's okay, I will describe the things. Excised embryo or cotyledons are directly checked or used to check the germination under controlled conditions, or if the embryos get germinated, then it shows viable seed. If the embryos are not perform anything, then these embryos or seeds are considered as non-viable seeds. Here this picture is for the next test, that is radiographic test, or here in this case it detects the empty seeds, mechanically damaged seeds, cells or tissues or seeds. Those permit light to cross, and the resultant film will be show darker portions. And in this picture we can see the seeds, those are marked by black color, are fully developed or having a full embryo. On the other hand, some seeds have dark boundaries. It means they have lesser size embryo also, or sometime dead embryo also, or damaged embryo also, like this and like this also. Okay, so it means the seeds, those are having full white portion. It means they are live, or they are viable in this picture. Okay, next test we have FeCl2 or ferric chloride test, or this test is generally used to check the viability of mechanically injured or damaged legume seeds. Those are turned black when placed in 20% ferric chloride solution for 15 minutes. This is again for viability of such type of seeds. Then we have H2O2 or hydrogen peroxide test, or seeds are punctured again at micropyle end and then soaked in 1% H2O2 solution at room temperature, generally for overnight duration. After 3-4 days, the seeds with radical emergence are considered as viable, while the rest are non-viable seeds. This test is generally used for coniferous species. Next test we have a floating test, or this is actually very simple, without any investment or without any skillness also, because these practices are always or already done by the farmers when they are going for sowing, or before sowing of some pulses or some other medium to large sized seeds. They use this test, or just soak the seed in tap water for a few hours, and if the seeds are getting floated on the surface of that water, then these are considered non-viable. Or if the seeds are merged down or settled down at the bottom of that container, then the seeds are considered as viable seeds, and this is floating test. Then we have another category, that is a direct test of viability, or this direct test is known as germination test, or this is very simple. seeds are allowed to germinate under controlled conditions, whether it is germinator, whether it is petri dish at room temperature, or there are various other methods also, like rolled towel, double layered filter paper, germinator, sand, soil, sawdust, etc. Okay, so seeds are allowed to germinate under these on these media under controlled condition or ambient room conditions. So here the calculation of germination percentage is like total germinated seeds upon total tested seeds into 100. This is getting disturbed due to the changing into a different format from PPT to this PDF, or then the related calculations are there, like a real value of seeds, that is the percentage of real value of seed is like total viability of seed upon 100. And then next we have pure live seeds. It is calculated as the purity into viability upon 100, and both percentages are calculated herein, and it will be divisible by 100 only, or this will give rise the value of pure live seeds. And then this is actually detailing of germination test, how the germination tests are conducted, petri plate size, the Wadman filter paper size, how they are placed, how the moisture is maintained in that germination media. Then the following headings are related to the evaluation of germination, or as we have discussed in last slide, the germination percentage calculation of that one, that is normal germination, how many seeds are developed into seedlings after that test, or it will be counted as normal germination. If the seeds are not germinated or germinated but with some abnormal growth of that plumule or reticle, then these will be considered or counted under abnormal germination. Otherwise, third category, that is non-germinated seeds, or these are again tested for the condition why these are not germinating. Then it is evaluated that these are empty, these are dead, or these are damaged. Such categories are prepared from non-germinated seeds. This is overall evaluation of germination test actually, or hope the things I have discussed herein are quite understandable, or will be useful for the preparation of this topic. Thank you.